It's the Flex Zone, episode 363. And we are the MVPs of this Flex Zone podcast, the podcast game, the YouTube Airways, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. You guys know the drill. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that bell. Let me know your thoughts on week 6 of the NFL, as well as we get ready for the NBA season, less than 24 hours away. We're talking everything in the NBA, and we're getting the panel's predictions on a variety of topics, as it was a crazy offseason. We give out goofies, game balls, not so game balls, and we do those week 7 picks. The crew's all here. Flex on podcast, y'all. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that bell, and hit that subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts on the week that was in the world of sports. Laying haymakers harder than Deontay Wilder, knocking out a white man, Crevonte. It's the Flex Zone podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need a quick aside. It's always great seeing a white brother get knocked out by a black man. Just a random thought I had to say it, goddammit, and I said it here on the Flex Zone podcast. It is always enjoyable, like Dre smoking a cigar, like Dre wearing a buffoon hat, looking like he about to go save the world, like Carmen Sandiego. Let's get to it. Another big fun pack show, episode 363. NBA's here, and we're nothing but net here on the Flex Zone. Week 6 of the NFL season is getting ready to be in the books. Monday Night Football going on. Ravens, tough loss. Commanders in the win column, and the owner with an article longer than the Bible itself. Took me about 3 days to read. It is the Flex Zone podcast. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. God's favorite host, the host of the Moist. Throw your ones up and acknowledge the head of the sports podcast table. Follow us down below at the Flex Zone 1. Hashtag the Flex Zone 1. Only place, fellas, giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
When you need it.
Shout out to the clean head of the table.
How do
we did see they had an event this past weekend, so shout out to them. Shout out to their group as well. Support them. They'll be in the comments. This next man, starting lead off, he is social media producer, Big Raj. What's up, my brother? How you feeling? Crazy weekend, but hopefully a good weekend for you. I know you was running hot yesterday. Did you cool down a little bit, man?
I did, man. I cooled down a little bit, bro.
Sound like Kanye yesterday on the post-game show, man. You was going there.
Hey, man, Kanye is Kanye, bro. We love Kanye over here. He's a great man. But other than that,
speak for yourself.
No,
brother.
we don't.
Other than Jesus walks himself and late registration, which is phenomenal. Like I said before, your boy cooled down a little bit. Talked to my cousin a little bit earlier today. He was still running hot. I think he's still running hot right now. He's not very happy about the new signing that's coming.
Was that our boy Brian, man? Was that our boy Brian?
Yeah. Yes, that's my cousin Brian.
One of our minds. He's always here.
So shout out to Mr. Colvin. He's running hot. But I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But can't wait to do the show. Got a lot in store for you guys tonight.
And let them know, Raj, how to keep up with us and what's on the channel, brother. Another week of content.
Hey, man,
on the way.
If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We did the Ravens post-game show yesterday, and we was running extremely hot. And I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it some more. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Got some more videos coming. Got plethora of videos on the channel. We talk WWE, AEW, Ravens, Lakers, all kinds of NBA, NFL, baseball, college football, all kinds of talk. So whatever you like, that's what we're making. Hit that button, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and continue to keep watching.
Next man, captain of the Goofy ship. I don't know if he wrote the article, but I'm sure he read it on Dan Snyder, and he did a video about it. He's going to tell you about it. And it's a win this week for his team. How is he feeling? Crevonte Bebe, captain of the Goofy ship, and he's wearing all black, so he still may be ready to bury the Washington Commanders.
I'm indifferent. Good brother, because I wanted some more heat. I wanted Ron Rivera's seat to get a little hotter. I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted to get a little hotter, and I thought a good old L on Thursday night, which was close. They tried to give it away. It was close, but I thought a loss would have made Ron Rivera's seat a little bit hotter, and unfortunately, they pulled out a W. I hate it. Hated it. But another Monday night, we here again collectively. Rough weekend for the Ravens, man. Ugh. I couldn't even bring myself to listen for a long time for the y'all video. I couldn't bring myself to listen much more. I was like, oh boy. As soon as lost, they was like, I felt the tone in the group chat. They were like, what time we starting? That's what it felt like. I was like, I'm gonna check out the rest a little bit later, but yeah, it was rough to listen to. Let me tell you that.
Shout out to Miss Queen, Miss Bates. We see you in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Next man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. He's still upset. He's Mr. Upset, but he's always right on time. He is the cigar smoking, big game toting, pride of the East Side, savior misbehavior, straw that stirs the drink, flex on Messiah. He is your God's favorite producer, saying this from God's favorite host. Drizzy Dre, my brother, the man of 1,000 nicknames, the head of the Flex Zone table, the man who you can start your day with a cup of Dre each and every day. And he's always higher than the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, baby. What's up, brother?
How do?
Okay, fake ass Stephen A. Smith. We got you.
You know, the Baltimore Ravens, they made me upset, but you know what? When in doubt, always bet against the Dallas Cowboys because I made even thanks to
You didn't lose the other dinner bet, did you?
I lost one bet with the Ravens, but I evened out with Dallas. So to the my fellow Morganite and Dallas Cowboys, I'll be cashing in. How do? Spark me up.
How do? Dre's got a cigar. He's feeling good. Crevonte's got ginger ale. Raj is squinting his eyes.
This how I get by, yo. This how I get by.
Hey, pour me up, Crevonte. Pour me up, baby. Need some of that bold. It's flu season.
Yo, listen. What you want me to add to it, baby?
Don't forget, tonight's show is sponsored by Fanatics. You'll hear from our good friends at Fanatics a little bit later. But click the link down below, and you can support the Flex Zone Podcast. We'll get to that later. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Fellas, it's time already. It seemed like it just was over. Time for the NBA season to return. How you feeling?
What's up, fam? I see you.
I'm lukewarm.
You know how I am about the NBA. I love this time of season, man.
That's Everclear, ma'am. That's Everclear, ma'am.
Ooh.
But you know what though? I got the NBA pass this season, so I don't have to just suffer Wizards and Lakers games. I'll be searching for probably Memphis. Want to see the Timberwolves play. I want to see Golden State, of course. And I'm probably searching, Chicago, Milwaukee, a couple other, teams that are popping and are beautiful. So I'll be searching the NBA airwaves for some new talent,
Well, it was a crazy offseason. I'm going to just run through some things. We saw LeBron sign a massive contract. We saw Rudy Gobert get traded. Donovan Mitchell get traded. DeJounte Murray get traded. We saw KD threaten to get traded but never get traded. Kyrie, he's free. No more vaccine mandates, people. He can play in the home games. Oh, my goodness. He's going to be there. Well, he might be there because he might find some other reason. This Kanye interview may have upset him, Raj, and he may have to take some time off from that. Who knows?
Hey. I'm pretty sure my song and to make it got.
Oh man, we got Pat Beverly on the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder, he turned down the Lakers, went to the Celtics. Now he's back with the Lakers. The Celtics traded for Malcolm Brogdon. Utah unloaded everybody. They're rebuilding. We got the rookies. Got Chet Holmgren out for the year. We got Banchero in Orlando. A lot of just movement all around. We got Jabari Smith in Houston. Jalen Green, what does he look like in his second year? A lot of storylines, and I just want to start, Crevonte, with you. Going into the season, we saw the Warriors win a championship last year. That's the last thing we saw. Can they repeat, and do you think they will repeat with all the drama off the court that they're having with the Draymond situation, which seems to be, I guess, moved over.
If there is an organization that can overcome the slightest bit of goofiness, it would be the Golden State Warriors organization. They are a class act. They are champions. They have always, well, in recent memory, done it the right way. I do think they have a great chance to repeat, at the very least, get out the West, because I think they're the clear number one in the West. Now the Clippers are coming, but I don't think it's going to happen that fast. I do think the Warriors are the early favorite to definitely come out the West, but whoo, I still like I like them in a matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks, and who knows, maybe the Brooklyn Nets might pop out. I don't know, but I love the Warriors for sure coming out the West.
Dre,
Gotta believe it
real
to see
quick,
it. Gotta believe it to see it.
you think the Warriors gonna have a good chance to repeat, or what do you think their ceiling is? Like Crevonte, do they at least get to the West Finals, to the finals? You don't have to get your prediction yet. We'll get to that last.
I think the Warriors right now, you have to say really are the favorites, whether it's in the East or the West, just to win the championship right now, just because of what they did, everybody coming back, and the resume that they have, it shows that, hey, this is still the team to beat right now, and they're right now the standard.
Raj, are you rolling with Team Light Skin again? Because I mean, come on, only right.
I mean, hey, as long as Draymond's not punching Steph, Clay, or Andrew Wiggins, I think they're gonna have a chance to repeat, man. I mean, the team is loaded. They still got great shooters on there, great defense. Steph Curry is, the probably one of the best players in the whole NBA as far as overall talent. Yeah, man, I got the Warriors until somebody shows me that they can compete with them and beat them in a 7-game series. I got them repeating.
Dre, let's stay out west. Got to talk about your Lakers. Raj, I'm gonna come to you next.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the Lakers? Real quick, I didn't mention this. I can't forget LeBron James will pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar probably before the end of the year for the scoring title of the whole NBA history. He'll be the new scoring leader. I know Dre's excited for that. We'll probably get Dre to maybe do a tribute video, so it'll be in the vault for later. But your thoughts on the Lakers? We were talking before air. I want you to let the people know how you feel, but do they even make the playoffs? What is Dre saying?
All right, my prediction for the Los Angeles Lakers this season is that they will make the playoffs this year. However, they will be no better than the 8th seed. And once they get to the playoffs, they will be, I'll say, no matter who the team is, I would give them at least a chance and say at least in 5 games, they will be out of the playoffs within the first round. It's just too many teams right now that are ahead of them. And then especially the team within their own city, the Clippers, which will probably be the team, I think, that's going to be right neck and neck with the Golden State Warriors and make it to the Western Conference Finals with the Clippers. But the Lakers right now, it's just too much dysfunction. You already see Russell Westbrook. He already knows that his time is up in LA, and he's worse than Brandon Marshall when he was trying to get traded from the Denver Broncos. I mean, just the foolishness that's just going on, not participating with the team, not even trying to be in the team huddles, not trying to be engaging as a teammate at all. I understand that a lot of things have happened in the off season, but I mean, dog, you're still a professional at the end of the day. Like, the stuff that he's doing, you would think that this is his first deal. The way that Russell Westbrook is acting right now. If I'm the Lakers, I don't want him on my team at all right now because clearly he's disinterested and it's just too much money on the table right now. So might as well chalk that L, talk to Indiana, and go ahead and get Buddy Hield, so that way you can go ahead and just start moving this team forward in the right direction.
Go ahead, Raj.
Well, we already know that that's not going to happen because the Lakers are not giving away no draft picks because they don't have no draft picks to give away. So they're keeping Westbrook for the rest of the year. They made their own bid last year when they brought him on the team, so they have delay in it. This roster construction, man. Well, hold up. But before I get to the roster construction, let me just say this. The 8th seed they're not getting the 8th seed. They'll be lucky to get the 10th seed this year. Their roster construction is terrible. I mean, no, granted, they had a bunch of old players last year, the Carmelos. You know, they had a couple of other old guys on the squad that was like my age and over. You know, of
My
course, LeBron.
gosh, they wasn't that old. They wasn't
Yes,
that old.
of course, LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron is
Melo,
like
I
70
didn't
years
mind.
old.
He's the one person I didn't mind.
80's knees is 100 years old. So we already know that he's pushing a whole nother generation. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, they just had a bunch of old guys on the team that couldn't really do anything. Now they got the youth movement. Now you got your Pat. Well, Pat Beverly's old, but still they got Thomas Bryant. They got Schroeder's back. They got Austin Reeves. Kendrick Nunn is still on the team. Juan Taskino, Damian Jones. I mean, who are most of these dudes, man? Who are these guys? Did y'all actually watch the preseason games? Did y'all know they got beat by 50 by the Sacramento Kings the last game of the season? I mean,
Mark Sacramento Kings. Wow.
Yes, Mark Sacramento Kings beat us like 133 to 86. I mean, this team doesn't have anybody outside of LeBron and AD. And we already know that LeBron and AD will not stay healthy this whole season. They're not going to play all 82 or
Fingers
even
crossed.
70. They're not playing them games, man. And LeBron don't need to be doing this any damn way. He can't do it. And Westbrook, I don't blame him for trying to get out of here or you know, being stubborn or whatever. I mean, he's just going to collect this check at the end of the day, and he's going to continue to do what he do, man. But I mean, they, like I said before, they made this bid. Now they got to lay in it. I don't think this team is making the playoffs. They'd be lucky to get the 10th seed. They have too many teams that are in front of them that are better, that are way better than them on paper and basically on the court, because we didn't seen it in these last 5 preseason games that they all lost. It's just they don't have a chance in hell of doing anything positive this year. I'm just being honest. They don't.
So Crevonte, real quick, we can beat the Lakers up, but we got the whole season to do that. So I'll go to another team out west real quick. I want to talk about Memphis. They were second in the West last year. Not getting a lot of talk right now. I know the Clippers are hot. I'm big on the Clippers myself personally as well, but Memphis was right there. Your thoughts on Memphis real quick, just for the people who may think that they are forgotten when they're still probably going to be in the mix.
Memphis Grizzlies. Very, very energetic. Has a lot of youth. John Morant is a rising star. I can't quite give him the superstar tag yet, but he is absolutely a star right now. And I really like them. I really like the Memphis Grizzlies. It's just that the problem that they're going to continue to run into is that two problems. One, they're kids. And every now and then, kids are going to be kids. They're going to revert back to some not so great things that they can, fall back on, and, that'll get them beat. They'll be a little undisciplined from time to time. So, those are just some characteristics of them just being young. And next is just kind of on the other end. Everybody gonna play against is older than them. That's been in the game, been there, done that. Like, there's no way, shape, or form I would take them versus anybody. I would say the Clippers, Warriors, anybody that's at the top. That's pretty much at the top. I can't see myself taking the Grizzlies over, maybe four or five, like maybe about 4 teams, which will probably be about where they land in the playoffs. But yeah, I'm excited, and I love. Y'all hear that?
Is that you, Byron?
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
But yes, Grizz, Love them, love the energy. I love what they're bringing. They're great for the NBA, but they're still a couple years away from seriously competing in the Western Conference.
Dre, is this Chris Paul's last chance to get a ring? Got to talk about Phoenix real quick.
His last chance was a couple years ago. Time been up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, like
that's what I'm saying.
The minute he signed that long extension with Phoenix, I was like, that was their one shot.
Yeah.
It's honestly hard to repeat in any sport, but especially like the way that team was, they just caught lightning in a bottle. And right now, like I said, the Warriors right now in the West are the cream of the crop because right now they're healthy and they have the best players and the best team, and just everything about the Golden State Warriors is right now. It's the golden standard right now when it comes to basketball.
Raj, who do you have in the Western Conference Finals? Who are your final two teams left in the West?
Of course, Golden State is one of them, and I would have to say, I will have to go with. Yeah, you know what, man?
Jump out there. Jump out there, then.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make me sick to my stomach. But some tells me the Clippers are gonna be the number two, that second team. It's gonna be between the Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers. I just think they have they really have a legit team this year. I like the addition of John Wall. I think he's going to add a lot to this team, especially point guard wise. Of course, Kawhi coming back is definitely a plus, and him and Paul George together, and just the fact that they have a lot of defensive players, and they're going to be finally healthy. They wasn't healthy last year. Of course, Kawhi didn't play none of last year because he had a knee injury. But I just think that the last year that they added, the last year that they had with all the role players that played well, is going to be a big part of this team going forward this year. So it's going to take a lot of edge off of Kawhi and Paul George, because I think Paul George was hurt too last year as well. So yeah, man, it's going to be between Golden State and the Clippers, man. That's my prediction.
Go ahead, Crevonte. Who are your two teams in the West Finals?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but for sure the Warriors, and I really do like the Clippers to pop out this year. Who's their head coach? Not Doc Rivers. It's not Doc Rivers. That's all I wanted to say. It's not Doc Rivers. That's it. So I think they'll play much better. And again, I love that John Wall is getting another opportunity, because they left him for dead in Houston. Because pretty much after he left us, I was like, damn, I think that's it for John Wall. But now he's looking healthy. He has another opportunity, and not just another opportunity to compete for a legit championship. Not quite something he had in on the other side of the country in DC, but they have a legit opportunity to he does, to compete for a championship. But I felt like that was the one thing that the Clippers were missing, a legit point guard. And the point guard I know John Wall to be when he was in his prime in DC. Now he's not in his prime anymore, but you don't lose the IQ. You lose a step, but you don't necessarily lose the IQ. And he looks like he's still ready to compete. And it is year one, so I am skeptical about year ones. But roster wise, pound for pound, they got to be second. They got to be second in the West, which means I have them and the Warriors also in the Western Conference Finals.
Go ahead, Dre.
When you talk about teams that made the playoffs last year, I mean, when you just look at the West, you got the Suns, the Pelicans, Dallas, Jazz, Golden State, Utah, Memphis. So, I mean, the Spurs, were right in the mix. So, I mean, just looking at the teams from last year, outside of the Golden State Warriors, I really don't see a threat to like how everybody's saying with the Los Angeles Clippers right now have the best roster. When you even think about a team like Dallas, you know, I think I think that was their ceiling last year. I granted Luka's good, but I don't see them taking that leap. Utah is just going to be Utah to me. I don't see them
But they
taking
done.
in.
Utah's not even Utah. They're not even making the
So,
playoffs.
I'm sorry, not
They took several steps back.
yeah. They I'm at the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets to me, granted they always like in the mix, but I just don't see anything with them. Like Crevonte said, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're a young, energetic team, but the emphasis is they're young, so that's going to be their Achilles heel. So outside of that, I really don't see a team that's really going to be able to kind of just like mesh with them. So I think it's just going to be the Clippers and the Warriors at this point, and the experience of and the championship pedigree of the Golden State Warriors is what's going to get them over. But it's going to be exciting to see this Clippers team. And John Wall, I got him as the comeback person of the year because I think he's going to be able to really do. I think he's really going to be able to do a lot because for one, he's going to be rested. He's going to be on a good team, and then I don't think that he's going to be asked to do as much as people think because the Clippers have a really deep roster. So I think that that's really going to be beneficial to him. And I think Crevonte made a really good point when he said that you may lose a step, but the IQ is going to be there. And I don't think that John Wall necessarily has to have that step to be the old John Wall. I think that he just needs to do enough with this team because they're going to be well coached and they're going to be deep. And you have two of the top defenders in the league right there with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So I think that'll be enough to get them to that number 2 seed.
Real quick, I'm keeping my eyes on the Pelicans. If Zion can stay healthy, they could be kind of what Memphis was last year, just my prediction. And Minnesota. I know Gobert and Cat, they can be goofy, but it's going to be hard to score on them boys. And they still got Anthony Edwards too. But
I'm just not as sold. I do wish Patrick Beverly was there because I'm gonna miss the whole crying and everything.
Don't worry, he'll be crying some more, Dre. He'll be crying some more after LeBron.
He'll be crying. But Minnesota,
I just don't know about Minnesota, man.
No,
I do know about honestly,
that.
It's because it's not Anthony Edwards. It's Karl Anthony Towns that I just don't trust because prior to Anthony Edwards getting there, Karl Anthony Towns just wasn't really doing much in Minnesota. Now, granted, they were able to sign him to the extension, so they have these guys back. But I'm just not trusting this Minnesota team. It's still some teams right now that are a little shaky when it comes to the West. So I really got to see what's going to be able to happen right there with them. And then also to your point about the Pelicans, Zion, we got to see his health because he had an ankle injury. It's always something knick-knackish about him. Now, granted, he did look good in preseason, but when it comes to the regular season, for those 82 games, can he at least stay healthy?
It's in his contract, Dre. It's in his contract. You about to see a whole different man.
I trust Karl Anthony
and C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram are pretty good.
He's playing the power.
Oh yeah, they got a good team, but it's just
Anthony Edwards. Mark my words, will be a superstar this year. And Gobert is still a beast in the paint. They're gonna surprise some teams. They might be
better than last year to me. I agree, Ross. They're better than last year.
They're way better than last year, in my opinion. I know you got your thumbs down, but they're a better team.
They picked up the biggest liability in the NBA and gave up eight bodies. And gave up 8 bodies to get him.
Are you talking about the guy that spread germs? That guy.
Matter of fact, COVID was his fault. That's it. COVID was his fault.
Wait a minute, hold up, whoa. Before you say that, you might want to retract them statements because a certain teammate of his,
we're not doing this.
I'm serious. A certain teammate that he's playing with lost somebody because of that. So I don't think he wants to do that.
Man.
Let's go to the.
We saw what happened.
Lesson, but he's just goofy.
He's just
Just
goofy.
totally.
Let's go to the East. We'll see what happens in the West. Celtics, your reigning defending Eastern Conference champions. We know all the goofiness with their head coach. Brooklyn brings back Kyrie and KD. Looks like they're going to play happy this year. Harden is back with Embiid. Milwaukee, can't forget about them. Chris Middleton is healthy after he missed his playoff series last year, which led to them being eliminated by the Celtics in 7 games. You got teams like the Bulls. Raj, when it comes to the East, it's pretty wide open. I mean, I know Milwaukee might be the favorite, but I still think it has some flexibility for other teams.
Yeah, Milwaukee. You know how I feel about Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee. They're always going to be in a championship mix, but and I picked them to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think it's going to be between them and the Miami Heat, man. I think the Miami Heat last year, they played so hard, man, but they just came up so short because Tyler Hero was hurt, and I think this year is going to be a totally different story, man. I think that the Heat will have a chance to come out the Eastern Conference again. Tyler Hero is going to show. I think he got paid as well. He's going to show that he's probably a top 20 player in this league. Jimmy Butler did a lot last year. I mean, he showed me a lot in that playoff series, man. Between him and the Celtics, man, he balled out. It was great to see. But the Heat team is loaded, man. They still got Oladipo. They got Kyle Lowry on the squad. They Adebayo on the squad. And I think they're a great team. But yeah, Milwaukee still to me is still the top standard though. Middleton was hurt last year, so that gives them an opportunity to run it back as well. I think the Celtics take a step back, man. I think the Celtics is not the same team they was last year, only because the goofy stuff that are going on in that organization, and we don't know how this coach is going to do. I heard good things about him, but they have a lot of injuries as well. They lost Robert Williams for a good chunk of the season. A guy that they signed, what's his name?
Gallinari.
Gallinari's out for the season, and they picked
signed
up.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, but who cares? He can't shoot.
What?
Yeah, he can't shoot. So
he can't do anything.
He can dunk. That's great. He can do
barely.
He can jump over cars. Can he still jump over cars?
I don't think so. Them knees ain't the same, brother. Them knees ain't the same.
Them knees was bad. You talk about somebody's knee. Oh, Anthony Davis' knees. His knees just as old.
But yeah, man, they've taken a step back this year. They're gonna still be a formidable team, but I just don't see them back in the finals. But it's gonna be between them and Boston, man. I think Miami and Boston is gonna be leading the charge in the Eastern Conference, and I think the surprise team probably will be, I want to say Chicago, but until Mr. Ball comes back, or Brooklyn. Brooklyn has a shot as well, but I still do not trust Dre's boy, Ben Simmons. I still don't trust him. He is the goofiest NBA player. Well, one of the goofiest NBA players besides his teammate Kyrie Irving that I've ever seen. So until they actually can figure that out and play a whole season together and stay injury free, which I don't think will happen, I think they'll be a top 4, 3 or 4 team, but I don't see them making the finals. But they could prove me wrong. We'll see.
Dre's boy.
What do you think about the Wizards, real quick, Raj? Got to get your take on the Wizards. Real quick. Will Barton back home?
I think there will be a playoff team this year. They should have been one last year, but a lot of injuries came through, and a lot of players were on the move, and I think what's his name? Wes Unseld Jr. I think he has a good pulse on the team. He was just a rookie last year. So this year, I think if Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis can stay healthy, I think they'll. Kristaps is hurt, but he'll be back.
Already. Hate it, Raj. Hate it.
More knees.
He will be back.
Speaking of more knees.
More knees, yo. Crazy.
We got Lonzo, Kristaps. We got Blake Griffin. Damn.
Well, with the
Anthony Davis.
Always.
With the addition of Monte Morris, I like him at point guard. I thought he was good with Denver. Will Barton is a good defender. He can shoot the three. I think Denny Avdia, I think he's a great defender. If they can put him in the right positions, I think he can do very well. I think they should start Rui Hachimura at the small forward position because I think this brother can definitely shoot the ball very well. It just depends on what they do with their roster. If they do what they're supposed to do with the roster, and if they can stay healthy, they can be at least a top 7th or 8th seed. But we shall see, man. I think the Wizards have I ain't gonna say a bright future, but I don't think it's as dim as it was these past couple years. I think they're on track to do something if they can actually stay healthy and defend somebody.
Agree.
Go ahead, Crevonte. Got to ask you about your Wizards and your thoughts on the East as well, my brother. Are you buying Cleveland too? Can't forget about Cleveland. They look like they could be something.
Cleveland is sneaky. Cleveland is sneaky. On the betting side of the game, they won a lot of games. Well, again, betting side against the spread. They covered against the spread way more often than they did not. So look out for them when basketball season kicks off tomorrow. Look to see the Cavs on a lot of tickets this upcoming NBA season. But these goddamn Wizards, man. I mean, Raj hit the nail on the head. Injuries. And how we started the season hurt. I don't like it. So I feel like we're gonna be limping out the gate, and we're gonna be playing catch up. And I don't like the start. I love the head coach, Wes Unseld Jr. I agree. I believe he has a pulse, and he's going to get these boys playing. But listen, with these injuries, man, it's going to be a lot of new cats that's getting some playing time, man. And hopefully we can really dive in and see what we really have.
Like Johnny Davis, the rookie.
Exactly.
I love that pick out the draft. I told you I love that pick out the draft.
Indeed.
Well, he'll be playing because Mr. Kispert is out for like a month, I believe.
Yeah, right. And that was the other guy. So yeah, he's gonna get some playing time. Let's see what we got. But our main guys got to stay healthy for us to compete, man. But number one, defense. That was killing. That's one of the things that killed us last year, just being able to defend. And we all know great defense could lead to some damn good offense if done, right. If done correctly. In the West, I also agree with Raj. The Celtics are going to take a step back, and it's not their fault.
You mean the East?
The Celtics are going to take a step back in the East.
Coach was out west. The coach was out west. That's how they got in.
The coach was out west doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's really unfortunate because he was a rookie head coach and he knocked everybody's socks off. Pretty much All-Star break on, he was the best coach in the league. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So from February to the end of through the playoffs, arguably he was the best coach in the league. And that sucks. And that's a hard shift to do for a relatively young team. I don't like year one guys, and technically this guy's gonna be a year one guy. We don't know how he's gonna respond. I think Udoka had more than a pulse on his team. He really got these guys like whipped up into shape post All-Star break. These guys turned the defensive intensity. These guys were hooping. They were balling. So to take that away, and now it's a new voice. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond, but I do think they take a step back, and unfortunately, again, it's not their fault. I like Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee to win the East if they're healthy. And so the Miami Heat are arguably the toughest team. Say that again.
I think they take a step back, personally.
I think the Miami Heat are arguably the toughest team in the conference, and they're gonna win a lot of games because they're the toughest team in the conference. When it comes to roster, they may not match up necessarily as well, but they're going to compete and they're going to bully some people. I want to see a Miami Heat and Boston Celtics series again. That's what I would like. I would like to see that. But I think I would say the Bucks, and I want to say the Nets, but it's too many B-type personalities over there, man. Y'all know how I feel. It's too many bees in the kitchen. It's too many type B personalities, man. Nobody's leading the charge. Everybody's being antisocial, and it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to talk or nothing. So that's gonna hurt. And the 76ers, I feel like, are gonna always be the 76ers. Joel Embiid is prime. Joel Embiid is prime for an MVP type season, but when it gets down to it, one, he got to stay healthy, and two, the Sixers got to get out their own way.
More knees.
No, the biggest problem.
They have to get out. They have to get out of their own way.
The biggest problem with the Sixers that I have, and that's the reason why I did not even mention them, is because it's one player. It is not even Joel Embiid. It's
James Harden. It's James Harden. Yeah.
Is he going to finally show up?
Apparently we're asking for too much because we ask that question every single year.
Miss Queen loves Harden, so Miss Queen, sorry.
She can love him on the couch. She can love him on the couch.
Ty loves him too, but I mean, until James Harden shows up, that's what's going to be the propellant for the 76ers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say the Bucks in Miami.
Go ahead, Dre. Thoughts on the East?
Right now, you got to give it to the Milwaukee Bucks. I think that, like Roger was saying, I think Boston takes a step back. I agree with you. I'm not totally sold on Miami, but I feel like by default, you're going to say that it's going to be Milwaukee and Miami because right now, do you trust anybody else? The Cavs, the Hornets,
young,
the Raptors. I mean, I'm just going through teams that made the playoffs last year. The Bulls. I mean, right now, honestly, in the East, is only a 14 races between Miami, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and Philadelphia. I think those are the four teams. I don't think Boston's in that mix anymore because I feel like it's just too. I think that distraction with their head coach. I feel like that takes them a step back and injuries. So I feel like they're the team that's going to take a step back. But then the last two teams I mentioned, Philadelphia and Brooklyn, do you really trust them? Because we don't know what James Harden is going to show up. And like you said, they get in their own way. And then it comes into question about Doc Rivers and his head coaching. Because granted, though he has a championship, what have you done for me lately? He didn't get it done with the Clippers. He hasn't gotten it done with the 76ers. So it's just it's really in question when it comes to Doc Rivers. And then when you think about Brooklyn, until Brooklyn shows us, I feel like we need to really stop putting so much on this team because we keep saying that, every year it's Brooklyn, and they're not well coached. Their team chemistry is already an array because of the offseason distractions with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving saying that they want to be traded. I've been off the Ben Simmons bandwagon. That he hasn't shown me anything. And then so I mean you got three combustible elements right there. It's just not. I don't think that this is going to work. I understand Brooklyn's stance that look, at least can we try it for one season with everybody together? But I just feel like it's going to blow apart. I think the ship has already sailed, and they need to just blow it all up again and start from scratch. Honestly speaking, so I think that it's just like I said. I think it's just really those four teams, and then how we talked about in the West when we said it's just Golden State and the Clippers. In the East, I think it's just Milwaukee and Miami by default. With Milwaukee, barring injury, Milwaukee will be the team because Miami, I feel like Miami has the potential to be the team to beat, but I feel like they're missing a piece. Man, and maybe somebody from the panel can tell me what that piece is, because I think if they had granted
Donovan Mitchell, they should have went for Donovan Mitchell.
Listen,
They should have got
if
Donovan
they had
Mitchell.
that extra, like you said, that extra guy like a Donovan Mitchell or Kevin Durant, I think that's the thing that's going to be like, okay, we can
Donovan Mitchell or Bradley Beal if he didn't want to stay in DC right away.
Listen, the Miami Heat are going to run into the same problem they run into every year. When it comes down in the clutch, who is the go-to guy? Who's the guy? Who's the guy that's going to go get it?
We know who that is.
Jimmy going to burn himself out in the playoffs.
But you know what? That's exactly what I was saying. I think the other go-to guy was hurt. I think Tyler Hero steps up this year.
Yeah,
I don't know. You put a lot on that, brother. You put a lot on that guy.
I put a lot on him, man. He was balling last year until he got hurt. He was balling.
Kyle Lowry to me should be the other guy, but we'll see.
That my thing is they don't have a guy who on a consistent basis, because even Jimmy Butler had 12-point games. He have a 38, 40-point game, and then he'll turn around and have a 15-point game. You need somebody that's more consistent that could go get a bucket. And Jimmy is a bucket, but he don't do it consistent enough for Miami to beat Milwaukee, in my opinion.
And he was close last. I give him Jimmy credit. Jimmy in the playoffs, he really almost took that team to where they needed to be with that Boston series, but it just, like you said, Crevonte, it just wasn't enough. If they, like y'all said, if y'all threw some names out there, if those people had just stepped up, then I would have said Miami. But until then, it's going to be the Bucks. But I granted, it's going to be, to me, a 7-game series, which is what I'm looking for. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be closer than what we think.
Fair enough.
And that's predicated because both teams are really defensive teams. I think that's why it's going to be really, really intriguing. I think both series, you can't go wrong if you have the Bucks in Miami or the Clippers and the Warriors. I think both of those are going to go 7 games. But I think that I think that the Clippers and the Warriors series, I think that'll be more entertaining. While the Eastern Conference would be the more like old school where we grew up.
There'd be boxing. There'd be boxing out there.
Yeah. It'd be more defensive in the Eastern Conference. More defensive battle.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brittany.
Yo. Man, I think, I mean, I agree. I just felt like they should have went harder. Now, granted, I thought Bradley Beal was out of there, guys. I thought he was gone.
He likes that 250. Now he wanted that 250.
I ain't mad at the brother. I am not mad at the brother. You put me anywhere for 250. Okay.
But let me
put me anywhere.
Let me ask you this though, Crevonte, because you got on Carmelo Anthony for taking the money before. Now Bradley Beal is kind of that new guy that's taking the money. Do you feel like he's going to be like the new Carmelo Anthony of this generation because of that?
No, I don't know. No, because I felt like Bradley Beal was never to the caliber of Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was on par with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? When they first came out, they was on par together. Like Carmelo Anthony was supposed to be much closer to LeBron than what he is now, than what he ended up being. Because they came in together. They was the guys, neck and neck. So, I'm not going to compare Bradley Beal to Carmelo Anthony because Carmelo Anthony's goal was LeBron. Where LeBron was, that's where Carmelo Anthony was supposed to be close. And he rushed it. Bradley Beal had time to sit and think. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo Anthony absolutely rushed his decision, and I will stand on that. He rushed his decision, forcing that trade from Denver. Granted, we know what the West was at that time. It was LA. Kept running to Kobe and them. I get it. It happens. But my thing is, he should have waited instead of forcing that New York Knicks trade. And then the even worse thing he could have done and ended up doing was staying there and taking the bag without no pieces around him. He played that game terribly. And that's what separates Carmelo Anthony from LeBron James.
I
It's
look at it.
the business decisions that he made off the court.
I look at it this way. I don't think he was on par with LeBron per se because he didn't play any defense. And on top of that, he wanted to make his own decisions as well, and he wanted to make as much money as he possibly could. Now, granted, he was always a great shooter, and he could definitely do some things in the league that a lot of people couldn't do. But I think Melo just came up a bit short, honestly, in his career. I thought he could have done a lot more, especially with that New York Knicks team. Now, it wasn't always all his fault,
No,
but
you're right.
it wasn't always all his fault.
You're right.
He wasn't the loser, as your boy Mr. Brandon would say. But
we got to
Hey
bring him
man,
back.
hey man,
bro.
he got a point. He still, hey man, I still say he got a point because
He
I mean
got
you
a-
just said it. You just said it, man. He it did not end. He honestly, as great as his career was, he underachieved.
he very much so. He really did.
As great as his career was, he still underachieved. And granted, I'm not saying I still think he was on par with LeBron if he had LeBron's work ethic. If he had the intangibles LeBron had, he would be there. Granted, defense or not, but he would have been there. But the work ethic, and the off the court decision making was not LeBron. It was not LeBron.
You talking about when he was with Skinny Suge on the block back in the day?
Like, what are you doing, bro?
I mean,
what are we doing here?
I be honest with you, I have no idea, but he is. I mean, he is a Hall of Famer. He won a couple.
For sure, no doubt,
He won a couple gold medals. So he ain't hurting right now. He living life. So shout out to Carmelo.
He hurting in other ways, not necessarily basketball.
Real quick, Raj, Crevonte, and Gray, I just want to get you guys' finals prediction and your MVP winner.
All right, let me go first. My finals prediction is this: I think Milwaukee makes the NBA Finals again. I think we finally get that Milwaukee and Golden State series, and I think Golden State takes it from them in 6 games. The Finals MVP will be Steph Curry again, the light-skinned guy with the pretty hair. And I think after this, I think this will be it for the Golden State Warriors. I think after this championship, I think Draymond is gone from the team, and I think that their magical run will be over with. So I got Golden State winning one more championship this year, and I think that that championship window will definitely close after Draymond is gone.
There it is. Hey man. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I agree with Raj. But now I will say for the regular season MVP, I'm going with the Greek Freak again. This will be number.
I thought you meant for the Finals MVP. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I
wasn't sure, you can do both if you want, but you don't have to do Finals MVP. I just want to get everybody's MVP and Finals prediction so we can get to NFL.
Okay. Well, let me do my MVP real quick. My MVP. My MVP will be Luka Doncic. I think Luka will win the MVP this year.
Luka, hey, that wouldn't be bad because he's gonna have to play like MVP for them to be on par for anything. I think the worst thing that could have happened was that Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, leaving the team,
getting up out of it. I think that's the worst thing that could have happened for Dallas. But that means more for Luka to do. I'm going with the Greek Freak for regular season MVP just because he's a Greek Freak. He's always going to be there. I think he's going to break through for this will be his third finals. Third regular season MVP, yes, I believe. MVP. Yeah. And I do think he will lead the Milwaukee Bucks to the NBA Finals in a losing effort in 7 games to the Golden State Warriors. And because of the Golden State Warriors, the MVP is probably going to be Steph Curry again. And then the Draymond Green experiment will probably be over after this.
Dang, I hate to agree too, but I think that you're right. I think that it has to be, like we said, nobody right now when we're thinking about these teams, it's Golden State and Milwaukee. And I actually agree fully with Roger's point. I think everybody has kept saying that Golden State roughly had about one more in them, which is true. But they got 4 now. 5 sounds about good. So yeah, this is probably it as far as unless there's somebody that's really impactful. They're gonna miss Draymond Green, and granted, you hate for the Warriors not to have Draymond Green, but it just seems like it's just being too much, especially with the punch and pull and them. You can see that one special thing about the Warriors is that they're rebuilding, but at the same time they still kept their nucleus. So it's like they were rebuilding while still building at the same time. And when you miss Draymond, is just like the heart and soul. Steph and Clay are just like the killers. And when those 3 aren't together, it's just gonna be a different team. So I think that's the same thing. I don't think Draymond's gonna be there with them anymore. And I think that plus you can see his from last year, his game wasn't the same, but because he's the heart and soul of that team, it still pushed them. I think that it's kind of like the Bulls, where it's just like you just kind of realize, hey, we've had a good run, and this is probably it for us. So I think that this is starting to be the breakup of the Golden State Warriors after this season. And I think that they do repeat as champions. But like you said, we finally get the Greek Freak versus Steph in the finals.
Let us know your thoughts on the NBA season MVP, teams that will make it to the finals, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, rookies. Anything you want to let us know, comment down below. You can always super chat us as well. Let's move on to the NFL. Rodgers running hot yesterday. Ravens lose 24-20, blow another 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, another double-digit lead, this time a 10-point variety. And Crevonte, I said this on the postgame show yesterday, the Ravens have only trailed for 2 minutes and are only 3-3. So they've had to lead every other minute beside those last 2. Also, I just wanted to hit on Ravens bringing in Deshaun Jackson for a visit. Raj, I want to get your thoughts on that. And you can quickly recap what you talked about yesterday in the postgame show.
Well, I'm not going to say exactly what I said in the postgame show yesterday. If you want to know what I said, you go back and watch it. I know it was hard to watch, but still, it was in the moment.
And man.
But let me just say this with Deshaun Watson, man. This team, man. This team, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I really don't know, man. I mean, you could have went out there and got Robbie Anderson for a 5th round draft pick if you just picked up the phone quicker. And it's just stuff like that just pisses me off about this Ravens team, man. It's just like they're slow-footed to do anything, and they go out there and they get these people that are my age and older to go run to play wide receiver.
Now ain't nobody older than you, Rod.
Deshaun Jackson was a great player 10 years ago. You know, in 2012, he was phenomenal with Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying?
He sure was.
He was great.
Trust me, I know.
Hey, McNabb too. I remember
McNabb as well.
Game against the Cardinals.
I mean, and you know what the funny thing is? I think he said on a podcast not too long ago on, I think I Am Athlete. He said the 4 teams he wanted to play for was the Rams, the Ravens, the Eagles, and I forgot the other team, but he got his wish. Now he gets a chance to actually work out and with the Ravens, and it'd be a blessing for him to be back in the league again. But we don't need him. We don't need a guy that's 35 years old with the Ravens. We need a true number 1 wide receiver. And we're hoping that's Bateman. We're really hoping that it's him. But he's continuing to be hurt. He's bobbling footballs and stuff. Like the Bills game, he was awful in. And we just don't know. But yeah, this team has a lot of issues right now. They don't have an identity. They don't know if they want to. They don't know if they want to run the football consistently or be a passing team. They're doing a lot of stupid stuff, a lot of penalties here and there that are costing them a lot of valuable wins. And like they are what their record says they are. They're a 500 team. And I don't think Deshaun Jackson is going to be able to fix this nonsense, especially with the wide receivers who only had 45 yards combined yesterday as a whole group. I don't think he's not going to add anything to this. So I think it's a waste of time. Hopefully Bateman comes back this week, or I guess against the Buccaneers the following Thursday. But yeah, man, I'm still a little I'm still angry with them, but I'm kind of like how D is right now. I mean, this is who they are. This is what they are right now. They're a 500 team. I don't want to say they're sabotaging Lamar's contract year, but it kind of feels that way. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, Dre, you got to get Engraven on by the time the bye week comes. So if you get a chance, reach out to that good brother. We have to have him on the show. We have to have a conversation because, yeah, man, this is not the team I thought was going to show up these first 6 games. I didn't think we would be a 3-3 team, but this is what we are right now. We're a 3-3 team. And if you want more thoughts from me, tune into yesterday's show.
Hey, if Engraven is available, we that's always in the works. But Engraven, you're always more than welcome, brother, to come on the show, man. But I know he said during this time, this is a very busy time for him. We really did a huge in-depth look at the Ravens, so I would encourage people to check out that video, that post-game video that we did yesterday. I'm going to keep saying it like I've been saying it. This team is a front-running team. The first half, they do really well. The second half, what the hell? They do not play 60 minutes of football, and until the Ravens play 60 minutes of football, they will not be a championship caliber team. They can compete with any team out there. It pisses me off when you see yesterday the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, and you know the Baltimore Ravens can go into either one, or they can come to us, and we can beat these teams. But the fact that they do not play 60 minutes of football, and that statistic that Byron gave us is alarming. The fact that they've only trailed for 2 minutes and are a 500 team, which means that this team should be right up there with the Philadelphia Eagles, looking like the best team in all of football. Roger, we know how the Ravens are with wide receivers. It's just a Baltimore thing. I mean, whether the Orioles signed Sammy Sosa 15 years past his prime, or the Baltimore Ravens getting old people like Steve Smith and Derek Mason way out of their years. It's just a Baltimore thing. We're just always, for some reason, late to the party. Like you said, we had Deshaun Jackson years ago. Then yes, this would have been huge for the Baltimore Ravens. The only time I remember the Ravens trying to get a wide receiver in their prime was when they tried to get T.O., and T.O. ended up going to the Philadelphia Eagles. And the last time the Philadelphia Eagles, in 2004, were 6-0 is when they went to the Super Bowl. I'm not ready to say the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, but I'm just giving you a little history lesson right here. So I don't know what they can necessarily do outside of us saying signing OBJ, but we don't know where OBJ is, and I wouldn't blame Odell Beckham for not coming here, because granted, this team just seems undisciplined right now, and I'm not sure what type of ship that John Harbaugh has going on this year, but it's not just only on the offense, but it's also on the defense, because the defense, granted, the secondary, they're not sticking to their assignments. Granted, they did well against the Bengals, but when you took on the Giants yesterday, what in the world, Lamar, are you doing? The defense that gave up that huge lead against the Dolphins, that's the same defense that gave up a lead against Buffalo at home, the same Ravens team that has been the worst secondary carried on from last year to roll over into this season. The same Ravens team that has lost 5 straight home games until they beat the Bengals last week. So we keep talking about the same things over and over with this team, and it's not like this team doesn't know what to do. Lamar Jackson, it's like he's pressing for no reason when he's doing things out there. And it's the same thing we've been always talking about Lamar Jackson. You would think in a contract year he would clean that up just a little bit, but the offense is Lamar Jackson because, like you said, Roger, we don't have any wide receivers. It's really always the tight ends, the running backs, of Lamar Jackson, and that's it. But where's the help from the wide receivers? So the Ravens know what they have to do, and they didn't address these things within the draft or within free agency. These are the type of things that you think that, hey, if we're close, let's go and get these things. Let's go get that receiver. Let's go get that pass rusher. Let's go and make sure that our secondary, we can do things to clean that up just a little bit. You know, that's what separates teams such as the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, because when they lose somebody, it's addition by subtraction, because when they lose somebody, they go ahead and fulfill those needs. So until then, yes, the Ravens can hang with these teams, but are you going to be able to finally beat these teams in order to be able to get you to where you want to be? And that's a Super Bowl caliber team. Because yesterday we may have seen the preview for the AFC Championship game, and I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Granted, it's not right here in with the Baltimore Ravens. We've seen that the Baltimore Ravens can hang, but they're not doing, like I said, they're not doing enough to show to any of us that, granted, when they get to the playoffs, they're going to be a winning team. So until then, we're going to say the same thing. We're going to say the same things about the Baltimore Ravens. And at this point, they might not even make the damn playoffs because their division is only going to get harder once Deshaun Watson comes back with Cleveland. Joe Burrow, once he finds his footing right there with the Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, they still have one of the best coaches in all of football. So this isn't a cakewalk in a division that's tough, and a conference that's only gotten harder right
now. Go ahead, Crevonte.
I think we're all beating a dead horse at this point. One of my things that I've noticed is that is defensively. The Ravens do not look the same defensively, and I think it's Matt McDonald, man. I'm finding it hard to place like where's going wrong, but I think it's Mike McDonald. I think he's calling defense like this the Big Ten. I'm seeing the Ravens play way more zone than they ever did, and I don't think y'all have the personnel to play a proper zone. You got man guys out there. Zone, you have to be way more disciplined in zone than you do in man, in my opinion, because it's a space. You're in control of a space, and whoever comes to your space, you got them. They leave your space, you don't have them, and I think that's hard. That's a hard lesson to learn, especially for players like Kyle Hamilton, who is still learning. And we all saw his, a couple of hiccups early on, and he's still learning. He's not starting. He's in the rotation as well. But I think defensively, the Ravens have taken a step back. And it's not the personnel. I think it's the play calling. I think that Mike McDonald is being super conservative. And that's not what the Ravens have been hanging their hat on for years, for as long at least as long as I've been alive, as long as I've been watching football. That's one thing the Ravens have always had, whether good, bad, or mid-season, mid-season. The defense was always tough, and defense was always hard-nosed. And to see them play so conservative, it's part of the reason why they're giving up double-digit leads. You're not playing Ravens football, in my opinion, only from what I've seen over the years. That's not Ravens football. That's not the Ravens defense. When they have a lead, and Drake, you said it weeks ago, Ray Lewis and Avery would kill to have the leads that the Ravens have had in their 3 losses. Because with Ray Lewis and Avery on the field, those W's. The Ravens are 6-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, There's no way you ever looked at the Ravens team and look at a loss and say that's the defense fault. We could say that for at least half the games. So, I'm gonna say I think it's the defense. And all 3 losses, you lost the same way. The very, very same way. Now, granted, Lamar did not play his best game. I know I was running it up when he was winning, but he got docked about $2.5-3 million off of this game. He got docked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That interception, absolutely uncalled for. Dre, I think you said it. Trying to do too much. He's pressing. He's pressing. I think the worst thing, I think Lamar Jackson sees that his defense has been giving it up. So now he's probably finding a little more pressure to try to get these wins once his defense gives up a lead. So, one, they're handcuffed to each other, and neither one is looking good right now. But John Harbaugh need to sit down with the good brother Mike McDonald, and we got to change some philosophies in the defensive room.
Real quick, I'm gonna leave y'all with this wide receiver wise. Real quick, Drake, before you go. They got Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. Tua got Tyreek Hill. Josh Allen, we know he got Stephon Diggs. Kyler got DeAndre Hopkins. Lamar gets.
Hit it, Keith. Nobody.
Yeah. So I just wanted to leave that far as the importance of a number 1 receiver.
No, but
sure.
I mean, I think that's exactly the point, because right now the Ravens offense, when throwing the football, is really Duvernay, Likely, or Andrews. Those are the
right here,
guys
right here. They right here. They're not out here. Right here.
Right in the middle.
They right here.
So when that's so predictable, it's like, okay, as a defense, it's like, well, all right, if it's not these 3, and like you said, if you can shut down that in the middle, because there's no outside threat, it's really on Lamar in the middle. So
he's struggling with the deep ball.
I'm not scared of anything. Like you said, Crevonte, and we talked about yesterday. Rod said it's not Wink's fault. Wink left, and you see what he's doing right there with the Giants. He just didn't have the horses in the stable because they were injured. They were an injured team last year. And then what you said, Crevonte, about me talking about Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, there's no leadership on this team. Ooh. Who's the leader? There's no Ray Lewis coming through there. No Terrell Suggs. No, these were the guys who kind of would be like, guys, we're doing too much. Hone these guys in. You know what I mean? So I think that's really the key component. Yes, the defense isn't what they used to be. Yes, the Lamar Jackson is pressing on the offense, and the offense should stop some of the bleeding from the defense. But at the end of the day, who is the locker room leader when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens? That's the thing they're missing. They don't have that guy right there in the locker room to hone all this stuff in and to carry them over into making them a championship caliber team.
You only get one of those people every now and again, man. And the guy that they have is a statue outside of the stadium, bro. And it's funny. It's funny that you said that, because I remember when they was in their primes, reporters would make fun of Ray Lewis. They would say that he's just over there talking. Nobody's not really listening to him. When he's in the locker room, he's rah-rah, and he's doing this thing or whatever. But people would. I beg to differ, man. I beg to differ. Every time that man says something in that huddle, when you see he do the little, when he come out the tunnel and he do the little dance, and then he would huddle up with the players, and he would tell you, he would give you the game time speech or whatever, man. He is the only person that I've ever saw in professional sports get everybody, you get everything out of everybody that they could possibly get, man. He's the only person I've seen make like almost everybody on the team better. Just his mere presence alone made a lot of players that were average, below average, a pretty good player. So that art of skill is lost on this team. And ever since he left, him and Ed left, they never replaced that. And there's no way that you could. It's just something that you got to have inside of you. It comes from in here, and a lot of guys don't have that. So it is what it is, man.
I agree. Like you said, don't like you said, it's once in a generation, but at the same time,
and they got two.
And they had two. Yeah, we were blessed. We were blessed with two, and you could make
probably 3 or 4.
You could. Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Ogden.
Jonathan Ogden, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis.
Yeah. Because granted, Suggs and I'm sorry, Reed and Lewis gave Suggs the keys to continue the legacy, but what's happened since then? I mean, there hasn't been a guy, and it comes to another question: who wants it? Does anybody really want that mantle to be able to say, "Hey guys, let us get over"? And it doesn't necessarily have to be on your quarterback. It can be just anybody in the locker room. We talked about in the last segment when we talked about the NBA with Draymond Green. Draymond Green, when you think about the Golden State Warriors, yes, you think about Draymond Green, but you don't think about Draymond Green for his scoring or anything of that caliber. You think about Draymond Green and his presence and what he brings to the Golden State Warriors to kind of be the heart and soul of that team. And right now, the Ravens just don't have that, and it doesn't, like I said, necessarily have to be on a particular position. It's just a matter of that guy just being able to galvanize the troops. So these are some of the components that I think that the Ravens are missing. And until then, like I said, they're not going to be able to get over and compete with the Buffaloes, the Kansas City Chiefs of the world. And I mean, shoot, even within their own division, that boy Burrow last year, I mean, he tore us up, and Burrow ain't going nowhere. He's only going to get better and better each year. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they have a guy. Their head coach, Mike Tomlin, we may talk about Mike Tomlin, but Mike Tomlin has shown us that as a head coach, he's going to be able to get what he needs to get done out of his team. Yes, they may have a few bad weeks, but that team is doing what they need to do for Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. And then Cleveland, I mean, Cleveland's going to be Cleveland, but we got to give them credit where credit is due. They do have a stacked roster, and they are trying at least.
Well, speaking of a team trying, let's drive down 95. Well, they were in the Windy City, but they got a win. And on the same day as the Dan Snyder article came out, salute Crevonte, the Commandalorian. Commanders win 12-7. Dan Snyder, he's in the news. Overtaking the team's win. Crevonte, your thoughts, brother, real quick. And let people know about the video you and the good brother Tristan did as well.
Man, I can't win for losing, can you? You know what I'm saying? Like, my gosh, even when it's a slight, it's a quarter of a step, they take 3 steps back. Like, this team never ceased to amaze me. But yes, actually during the game, this was Thursday night. Our good brother and fellow Morganite, Tristan, my fellow Commanders fan, we linked up yesterday and was able to chop it up for maybe about half an hour about the goofiness that was going on. And the goofiness being Daniel Snyder just dropping what seems to be, and hopefully we don't see it. Well, I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of want to see it. An atomic bomb that he said could blow up the NFL. He got dirt, people. He got dirt. And we talking about that instead of, kind of somewhat celebrating Commanders win. which I didn't pick. I picked the Bears because I wanted Ron Rivera's seat to get hot. I want that thing to get hot. And a Thursday night loss to the Chicago Bears would have done that. But he's safe for another week. But yes, me and the good brother Tristan did we did a video on the state of the Commanders. Check that video out. Leave a comment, drop a like, share, all that good stuff. Me and Tristan don't get an opportunity to link up often, but when we do, it's more often than not, it's a good thing. And I also caught the brother at work because he does sound. He was doing sound for NBC, so he was in the control room while we were doing our video, which was cool because we got a chance to see how it looks, and it looks just as crazy as you think it would in the control booth, in the control room or whatever. So big shout out to Tristan for giving us a little bit of time, and yeah, it was good. But them goddamn Commanders, didn't they try to give it up? They tried. They tried to get that thing up, and if it wasn't, if the brother would have caught the ball first without bobbling it, they'd have scored and they'd have beat us. Because sure enough, when I saw Justin Fields going down made that scramble, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. This is what I was looking for. That's what I was waiting for. And sure enough, at the end, he had the opportunity, but Benjamin Shank Juice knocked the ball out, and the Commanders somehow, some way escape the frigid Windy City with a W. Unbelievable. Carson Wentz had 99 goddamn yards passing. I said, my heavens, there's no way in hell we won this game. No way in hell. But it was the Chicago Bears. And we know the Chicago Bears is not a great team. But neither is the Commanders. So, this is what this is what Thursday nights have turned into. A bum fight. It was a bum fight. That's what it was. And it was ugly to watch, which is why I didn't do it. Because I knew that's what it was going to be. That's why instead of watching it, I decided calling my brother Tristan, and we did a video. Because I don't care. I told y'all what it's about to be. And it's only going to get worse with the ball, Daniel Snyder, still at the helm. Oh, then it looks like the Chargers just...
Yeah, Chargers kicked the field goal and won.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
I thought it was going to be a tie. I ain't going to hold y'all.
I'm over here looking at it like it's about to be goofy.
I thought it was about to be a tie. But yeah, guys, this Commanders team, I don't see it getting any better. And we actually have the Packers next week. The way the two New York teams, these two New York teams, like the Jets and the Giants, what they did to the Packers over the past 2 weeks, it's like, damn, Jeff, I feel like anybody could beat them right now. But we'll find a way to lose, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I don't see good things moving forward. And Dan Snyder, of course, finds a way to not help nobody in the case. I can't wait to see this unfold. And I hope the other NFL owners get together and give a big middle finger to Daniel Snyder. I want to see the atomic bomb he got. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I really want to see it. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I want to see pictures. I want to see articles. Hell, if you got videos, drop it. That's what I want to see. But yeah, Commanders won. Woo, 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 woo. And yes, Dan Snyder has to go. Duh. God damn Commanders. Yeah, something else. Got me here talking about these, but I keep driving down 95. Ain't nobody want to drive down here.
Sorry, I was on mute laughing at you, Crevonte. But let's get to game ball, not so game ball. Raj, what's your game ball, not so game ball, brother?
My game ball goes to Josh Allen, man, for coming through in the clutch, making it look. Well, he didn't make it look easy, but it's easy when you got stuff on Diggs. But he had a great game yesterday against the Kansas City Chiefs, and he got over the hump that he didn't get over in the playoff series. He beat one of the teams that he probably will be seeing in the playoffs. So hats off to him. He looked great yesterday, and he got a big monkey off of his back. I think they are probably the second best team in the NFL right now, besides the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're continuing to get better and better. My not so game ball, it goes to, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but it has to go to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Another double-digit lead blown. The team's quarterback is drowning in his own sorrow right now, throwing up interceptions at the wrong times, committing penalties when they don't need to be committed, and just utterly just being goofy at the is unacceptable, and is not a good look for this team. But it is what it is. This is what they are. They're a 500 football team, and they get my not so game ball. I mean, because when you're in a position like that, like they've been in, you cannot lose games like that. Cannot lose games like that. It's just very deflating. It's disheartening, and it's just a really bad look. So they get my not so game ball this week.
Go ahead, Dre.
Let's do like my brother, start low, end high. My not so game ball goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because the question has to be for Tom Brady, what was it worth it? Lost Giselle over trying to come back for what? At this point, I mean, the team that you had, they didn't come back because a lot of these cats weren't sure that you were coming back. So you come back to already an iffy team, and now, I mean, it just seems like a mess right there. The Buccaneers losing to the Steelers, and yesterday on the show I said that there were three. I should have went with. I should have changed my mind on 3 picks. It was the Buccaneers and Steelers game, the Jets and the Packers game, and the Ravens and the Giants game, because I had the Steelers, the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, I had the Steelers, the Giants, and the Jets all winning, and sure enough, all 3 of them teams won, because it was just such uncertainty right there, and Kenny Pickett got hurt, and they put in Mitch Trubisky, and the Steelers still won the damn game. I'm like, come on now. So I don't know what's going on with Tampa, but Brady, you better fix that thing at home, brother, because your mind is not in football right now. But my game ball goes to actually the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick, because he tied George Halas for second on the all-time wins list with 324 wins. So shout out to Bill Belichick, who we deem as the GOAT, and he's still doing his thing out there on the football field.
Start low and high, Crevonte, baby.
Hey man, listen. Raj, you took my game ball, and then Dre, you took my not so game ball. Like you guys are killing me tonight. So I'm gonna go to another. So 2 first place teams. Well, in particular, it wasn't just 2, but 2 first place teams in particular that took L's, who are going to share my not so game ball. San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were very, very both very disappointing losses, especially for the 49ers, because they were on the upswing, and to go to ATL. Well, you can't, but to go to ATL and get ATL stop. My heavens, they are still better than them.
The theme song is working. The theme song's working, brother. Rotembi's song is working, baby. Rise up.
I guess. But yes, the 49ers, and along with Dre, like Dre was saying, with Tampa Bay, like, you just knew when Kenny Pickett went down that game was going to shift, and it did not. Tom Brady struggled the entire game, the whole game, and those are 2 teams who we think are significantly better than their competition in their divisions, but can't tell. my game ball goes to 2 teams as well, just like my not so game ball. Shout out to the teams in Jersey/New York. My heavens, what is going on here? I'm surprised Q ain't hopping here one of these days. He just finds his way in here. Cause listen, Robert Saleh then told the people. He done told the people that he got receipts. He got receipts for all the mess that folks was talking about. And they won 4 of their first 6 games. Wow. And Brian Daboll has done a complete 180 with this New York Giants team. And I hate to see it as a Commanders fan. That year 1, he comes up in here and Danny Dimes looks like a competent quarterback. Crazy.
Can you believe the Jets? Crevonte, they had won 15 straight in Lambeau. You know they play every game at home. I said this on the post-game show yesterday. And the Jets are the team to break the streak.
Wow. And they dominated Aaron Rodgers and them. I'm saying this. I was saying it to our good brother Shane. Listen, the Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers don't look like the same Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay Packers. He got babies out there. Like life after Devontae Adams is trash. He got infants out there playing wide receiver. And you could tell Aaron Rodgers holding the ball a little too long because he doesn't quite trust who he's throwing it to.
Let's get the week 7 picks. Dre, do you have the standings? If not, we can just go with the picks. If not, brother.
So for this past week, minus the Monday Night Football game, you actually came in first place this week. Byron and me came in second, and Crevonte, you came in third for the standings as far as this total week. Raj went 8-5. Byron and me went 6-7, and Crevonte, you went 5-8 this week. So Crevonte is overall standings. Crevonte is still first by a slim lead, tied with Byron at 58, 46-1. I am 1 game behind y'all at 57, 47-1, and Raj is third at 49, 55-1.
I'm gonna close in on y'all though.
So the slimmest of margins in week 7, y'all. It's getting time to heat it up. And the picks on the flex zone are on fire. And I love it. Thursday night, Saints Cardinals. Another game I don't really care about. Robbie Anderson trade. You don't know. And I've been picking the Cardinals and I've been looking stupid.
I gotta go with this is
Arizona.
first game back, right?
D Hop is back. Hollywood might be out for the year, by the way. Hence the trade.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
I think so. With the Saints, is Chris Olave playing? Is Marshawn Lattimore playing? Is Michael Thomas playing? These are questions.
It sounds like, honestly, no, and no. I'm just going to keep saying no. So it's this one of them toss-up games. I feel like I'm a roll with the Cardinals because of the uncertainty on with the Saints. But I mean, both sides of the football seem unsure. So is everybody picking the Cardinals right now?
Yeah, by default,
I'm going down with the ship. I'm going down with the ship at this point because the Saints, like Crevonte said, all those players are out. I forgot about Olave. Thank you, Fantasy. So we're all going Cardinals. Okay, let's go to Falcons, Bengals. I'm going Bengals.
Bengals.
Come on, get right, Joey. Time to get right.
All right. So team is rolling with Bengals. Okay.
Lions, Cowboys. Looks like Dak may be playing on his way returning.
Cowboys.
Yeah, we all picking Cowboys. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, unanimous there. We have the Colts Titans for first place in the AFC South. The Colts still alive.
Jesus Christ.
That's what fair to say. Is JT gonna be back?
That's the question I want to know too.
And is Leonard gonna be back? Sheesh. How did they win? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
How did they beat the Jaguars?
This is a toss-up game.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm gonna roll with the Titans. Roll with the Titans.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with the Titans.
I guess. I think I'm gonna roll with the Titans. I guess they're at home. But oh gosh, that's a toss-up.
And they're getting a new stadium soon.
I am going to.
Would you say?
I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm gonna go with Colts.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Colts against the grain. I'm gonna go against the grain with the Colts. Packers.
That's not a bad pick to go against the grain.
You said
yeah, I'm gonna go
Packers.
Packers.
I think everybody rolling with the Packers on this one.
Who's Washington's starting quarterback this week?
Me, Rod. I gotta go down there.
be
I gotta go down there and practice this week, yo. I gotta go down there and practice this week.
If it's Sam Howell, y'all have a chance. But
I agree. I agree. But I think they're gonna put Heineke in. So
then I gotta roll with the Packers. I gotta roll with the Packers.
If
it was Sam Howell, I'll roll with you. But I gotta roll with the Packers.
I say, yeah, I jump out there with Sam Howell. But
Buccaneers, Panthers.
Buccaneers.
Agreed.
The Buccaneers better win, and they better cover the spread. It's like, no, they probably not gonna cover the spread. But
nah, yeah, this one, yeah, Tom Brady, the way he yelling and everything, yeah, they gotta get back on track.
Ravens, Browns. Can't forget the Ravens Browns game at 1:00.
Now the Ravens aren't a must win with this one. They have to win this football game. I'm rolling with the Ravens.
Mark, I picked y'all this week again. Go Colts.
I guess I gotta pick the Ravens. I don't feel good about this, but I'm gonna roll with the Ravens.
I will roll with the Ravens as well. They probably not gonna cover that 6.5 though.
Giants, Jaguars. This should be an interesting game.
Oh, it will be, but
I'm rolling with the Giants.
I'm rolling with the Giants right now, man. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Jaguars, come on, yo. I don't want the Giants. I'm tired of the Giants winning, yo. I never thought I would say that at all this year. I'm tired of the Giants winning.
That's what happens. That's what happens when Saquon is healthy, man.
So Crevonte, you're picking the Jags?
I don't know, man. Nah, man. I'm gonna go with the Giants, man. No, you know what? Jags at home.
Do it, Crevonte. I'm doing it with you, bro. I'm doing it with you.
All right, Jags. Come on, Jags. I'm pick Jaguars.
The Giants are going to show that they are fraudulent 5-1 this week. Remember that.
They should have showed that Sunday, but neither here nor there.
They showed it for the first 3.5 quarters, and then the Ravens gave it away. But
all right, so Raj, who you rolling with? Because I roll with the Giants.
I'm rolling with the Giants. I think they're gonna win.
We got Jets Broncos. Oh gosh, I don't even want to think about that.
Jets.
I got roll. I hate to do
wow.
This. Damn it! I got roll with the Jets.
I'm rolling with the Jets too, yo.
Are we all picking
the Broncos? Because the Broncos can't get right, yo.
I think
they just lost. I don't trust
guys.
the Broncos.
First time ever. Ding, 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 ding. Put the alerts up. Put the alert emojis up. Everybody pick the Jets. Has that ever happened? Ever?
I never thought I'd see the day, man.
Makes me sick.
And watch the Jets lose.
Yeah, right.
I hope so. Please.
I just can't pick against them because the Broncos have been terrible. Texans, Raiders.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Raiders
have to win this game, yo.
Right. Must win for the Raiders.
They're a must win. You're right.
Seahawks, Chargers. We're all going Chargers.
Yeah,
I'm going Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm going Seahawks.
Where's it at?
It's in LA.
Shit, that's not in home field for real.
I'm going Seahawks, bro.
I'm going with the Chargers, man. Even though I did pick the Seahawks last week, and that
I'm
worked
going
out.
with the Chargers as well. We do have Chiefs 49ers on Fox at 4:00. That should be good. Going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Get back, Pat Mahomes, boy. Get back. Let's get back.
Yeah, I think everybody rolling with the Chiefs on this one. I mean, 49ers are too banged up right now.
We all rolling with the Chiefs, and we got Steelers Dolphins Sunday night. I'm going
Good.
Steelers actually.
Steelers.
I think the Steelers win, man.
Steelers.
I'm going Steelers as well.
Who's the quarterback for the Dolphins?
We don't know.
Teddy Bridgewater probably.
Your local grocery man.
Is it?
They don't have nobody. Every backup that they done had done got hurt.
Teddy was doing protocol and came back, and he played. I don't know.
They said Tua's clear, but I don't know if when he's going to play.
I don't think Tua's coming back this Sunday. It'd be nice, but if Tua was back, then I would pick the Dolphins. But if he's not coming back, I think right now, I think this should be a game that if Tua comes back, we have the right to say, you know what, we'll pick the Dolphins. But for right now, we're unsure. So I'm rolling with the Steelers.
Yeah.
And Monday night,
I think the Steelers are gonna. All their games are gonna be like the previous one if they're gonna win.
And Monday night, I will not be watching Bears Patriots from Fox.
Oh, nobody watching this.
Patriots.
Everybody just by
They're
default.
4th string Zappy. Man, it's Bill Belichick.
Zappy doing all right, man. Zappy
Yes,
all
he
right,
is.
man.
Zappy doing his thing, man. Zappy.
Zappy. He looks like Mac Jones.
He was in concussion protocol and came in. Mark. Oh man.
And Zappy. There you go. McCorkle Zappy.
Let us know your picks as we are in the tightest and slimmest of margins with our picks. Crevonte, you ready to get goofy?
I guess, man. Let's do this.
Time for Crevonte.
Hey, yo, are you gonna run the which count?
Yes, but you can start with your spiel. I gotta pull it up.
Okay. Good people. Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time. Let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. And I have 2 short ones. I'm not gonna spend too much time because we had a content-packed show. So I'm gonna try to keep it short. Of course, low level goofy, Jet Green would have not been playing like the Jets at all, and Falcon Red and not playing like the Falcons. Hey, Byron, interesting stat. The Atlanta Falcons. Goofy. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so glad you showed up, Goofy. Thank you. Byron.
Yes.
What I think was something that is wrong, how that Goofy was alluding to, is that the Atlanta Falcons are 6-0 against the spread this year.
Wow.
They've covered in every single game that they played. And the Jets are 4-2. I think I might have to change the names of these cards. But of course, low level Goofy and high level Goofy, y'all know what they do. Y'all know what they mean. Low level Goofy, hee ha ha, very funny. We get a good chuckle out of it. But that high level red, oh man, that's Daniel Snyder. Hey, Daniel Snyder, red. Maybe I could change the name. Because that's the type of high level goofiness we have to deal with on a week in, week out basis. So, first things first, I'm gonna start low. And this is just from what I'm seeing. The Los Angeles Lakers, I don't understand. They're looking real incompetent right now. Okay, you got Russell Westbrook, right? For 1 year. Why do you still have him? Why do you still have him? I want to know why do you still have him? And now he didn't opt in and stealing all the money. Russell Westbrook is stealing all of the church's money. And then they got the nerve to say, and by they I mean Coach Ham and Cheese at this point. And
Ham.
Ham.
I'll cut out the damn swine.
Hey man, that's your coach, man. He's going to, how do you say, bring Russell Westbrook off the bench? Is that what we're doing? $47 million coming off the bench. Hey, listen, I ain't mad at the hustle, baby. I am not mad at the hustle. But the attitude that Westbrook has been showing lately is not conducive to a winning formula. And as much as I hate on the Lakers, I don't like to see teams go down like that because we see this train wreck coming. We all see this coming. Like, so are you really telling me you're gonna start Patrick Beverly? Is that what we're doing right now? Westbrook coming off the bench, $47 million. I mean, I get him coming off the bench because you don't want that guy in your starting line. Honestly, you don't want this guy on your team, but you definitely don't want him in your starting lineup. I mean, he's just on the side, folks huddling up. He's on the end of the bench, just being so disengaged. It's ugly. It's really ugly. And now that he's come off the bench, it's like, oh, this is gonna be a long season. It's going to absolutely be a long season for the Los Angeles Lakers and Russell Westbrook, and also because there ain't no trade market for him. There's no trade market for him. You got to give him up and some picks if you want to get rid of him. But as we said earlier, the Lakers don't have any, so you're stuck with him. You're stuck with him. At this point, you might as well just sign that $47 million contract and just say, "Hey, get up out of here." But anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see the how it breaks down. But Russell Westbrook is going to be a cancer in the Los Angeles Lakers locker room. But it ain't like we didn't know that, right, guys? Low level goofy. The Lakers are still trying to do it. But God damn it, Raj, I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you was around. I think this might be the Daniel Green, not Daniel Snyder Red. I think I may have to change the name because he is of the highest of all level goofies. I mean, when you talk about a rich, wealthy, spoiled brat, this is him. It is him. You drop word that you got dirt on other billionaires. So much so that it will blow up the NFL, the multi-billion-dollar shield, blow it up. Danny, listen. I got to see it. I got to see it. I got to see it. I don't care how bad it gets. I hope the owners stick to their guns because they was talking all this trash in the offseason. And they put these votes together. Because I'm trying to see this bomb. I'm trying to see this atomic bomb. I'm trying to see this Hiroshima bomb that he got. That he gonna drop on this NFL. And what he probably gonna drop it in FedEx Field. And it's gonna take out the whole East Coast and half the country. I need to see it. Listen, y'all. I don't think I would want nothing more. I would want nothing more. Forget the Commander season. I'm over it. We ain't got to drive down 95 no more because he's going to blow up 95. Ain't going to be no more 95, okay? Ain't no more driving down 95. He's going to blow it up. I want to see it blown up. Is it bad? It might be. But I want this smoke. I want this drama. I want to see what he got. And if he trying to poker face the NFL. But God damn it.
Comment of the night, Mark. Comment of the night.
Hey, yo. Get up out of here, yo. Listen, man. You telling me you got dirt? First of all, dirt on a billionaire and dirt on a regular person is two different dirts. This is a whole different dirt pile we're dealing with, brother. Like, we probably won't be able to fathom the type of dirt and the type of skeletons that they got buried. But I'm trying to see it. I need articles written. I need audio dropped. I need videos dropped. I want all of it. And I'm hoping Jerry Jones is involved. I'm hoping. Get some to Bob Kraft. Get some on Mr. F them picks. I'm trying to see all of it. I need to see all of it. That would be the only thing that would make this Goofy, this already high level Goofy, even higher. Can we get much higher? Shout out to the Yee comment from Mark. But we can get higher. We absolutely can get higher if you drop this atomic bomb, this Hiroshima bomb. He's in so much trash, he can't even look and see how bad the team is playing and how bad the team looks. He too busy trying to keep the team instead of looking at how bad it looks with you at the helm. But you know what? The narcissist can never look at themselves and say, "Hey, you're the problem." Ever. Especially Mr. Daniel Snyder, who been messing it up since 1999, 2000. He been jacking this off, man, and it's bad, and it gets worse every single year, and we're at the height of it.
I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't back that thing up, huh?
Or maybe he did, which is why we're probably here. But I got to see it. I want it. Hey, listen, man. Usually, I'm not for the circus. I usually don't like the clown show. But listen, I just want to see what the bomb is. I just want to see what the bomb is.
Anytime with people with money like that, it's illegal. Something illegal.
Always.
Gotta be something illegal.
Always. Because the Robert Kraft thing was a joke. So if you saying you got some dirt that's gonna blow up the NFL, that means we're in this rabbit hole. This is a gorilla hole at this point. I gotta see it. This is like reality TV, Dre. Huh? This is like reality TV. I know you like your reality TV. You understand me? But that is what's going on in good old DC. I cannot wait to watch it unfold. But those are my goofies of the week. My low goofy was Russell Westbrook and his attitude on the Los Angeles Lakers staff, organization, and crew. And of course, Danny Green. Well, I keep calling him Danny Green, Daniel Snyder Red, for Daniel Snyder being the goofiest guy in football right now. And we ain't even seen much of him, but of course he pop out to games like the Cowboys game. But of course he's my high-level goofy. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and those good brothers or not so good brothers are on the wrong end of it. Got to do better, guys. Got to do better.
Thank you for that, Crevonte, that goofy of the week.
Mark, yes. I don't care. Blow it up. Commanders ain't doing nothing anyway. Yes, I want to see it.
Thank you for that, Crevonte. Appreciate that. Let us know. See something goofy. Let us know. We will definitely talk about it here on the channel. But I gotta.
Gosh, something wrong here.
You're right, Goofy. Something is wrong here.
Oh, man.
Keep being more wrong.
But before we get out of here, gotta play a message from our sponsor, Fanatics. If you haven't already, I was on autoplay, YouTube. If you haven't already, check out our sponsor, YouTube, Fanatics. They sponsor the program, and check out this message, and we'll be back to close out the show. Breaking news here on the Flex Zone Podcast YouTube channel, the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. We are proud to announce we have partnered with Fanatics.com, and they are the official sponsor of the Flex Zone Podcast. That's right, Fanatics, your home for all your sports apparel, has decided to partner with the Flex Zone Podcast. Let me tell you more. We always talk about here on the Flex Zone Podcast that confidence is key. And when you have confidence, you can accomplish anything, and you stand out from the rest. Stand out from the rest by going to our special link
and clicking it and supporting not only Fanatics, but when you help out Fanatics and click this link, you help out your favorite sports podcast, the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. We are the head of the sports podcast table. We are the ones, and make sure you acknowledge us. Fall is here, and football season is in full swing. And our friends at Fanatics have decided to partner with the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. The Flex Zone Podcast for all your sports apparel needs. Get your officially licensed gear from the NFL, NBA, and NCAA. And now Fanatics is proud to announce they are the official apparel sponsor of the WWE. And you know we here at the Flex Zone Podcast love some good old wrestling. And you too could be the man of 1,000 t-shirts. With the holidays approaching, birthdays, anniversaries, or just that special gift for that special someone, Fanatics has it all. Sports memorabilia, trading cards, NFTs, and of course, all your favorite sports teams. Leagues in the United States, leagues out of the United States. Fanatics has it all. Use the special link down below. Support not only Fanatics, but the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. So Fanatics can continue to sponsor and work with the Flex Zone Podcast for days, for weeks, for months, and years to come. Do what God's favorite host says do. And that's right, click that link down below. Go to fanatics.com. Support the Flex Zone Podcast. You're head of the sports podcast table. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Fanatics.com. All your apparel needs in one place. And they are the title sponsor of the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it.
Yes. Click the link below. It's in the comments. It's pinned. Get your Fanatics gear. Commanders fan, Ravens fan, whatever team. NBA's here. Back and forth.
Why would you waste your money? Why would you waste your money like that?
Trying to get the people to get the stuff, Crevonte.
Yeah, if you're gonna waste it, give us to us in the super chat.
Yes, or you could give us the super chat as well. Go ahead, drop those sunglass emojis. We're getting ready to put the kids to bed. But Dre, episode 364 next week. What can they expect, and how can they start that day with a cup of Dre?
Next week, I mean, that will be the first week of the NBA. More NFL, and who knows? Maybe we might get into some college. You never know what we might get into here on the Flex Zone.
We may be close to the World Series too. We may have an idea of the teams who may be getting ready to play in the World Series. We'll see how that goes.
Astros.
We shall see. Let us know. Show us, and Dre, how can they keep up with you each and every day? Start the day with a cup of Dre in the morning.
Hey, you can always check me out Monday through Friday on Good Morning Baltimore, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then, of course, every Monday right here, the Flex Zone Podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe right here.
Senior executive producer Andre Melton, senior producer Crevonte Hurd, the Commandalorian. More Commanders content coming from you and Tristan, man. We need more of that.
We got link up our schedules, man. But yeah, there's always more. There's always more goofiness to talk about.
Our social media producer, Big Raj, let people know how to keep up with us, what they need to be doing if they're watching this video, and how can they keep up with the channel, what we got going on.
You hit that like, you hit that subscribe. You check out our videos. We got a lot going on this week. Ravens preview, AEW tomorrow, Dynamite, and we have some other things coming as well. So stay tuned and keep them notifications on because we're gonna have content continuing to fly as always.
Appreciate you, Flex On family. Appreciate all the support, love, likes, comments, shares. If you want to super chat us, donate. Of course, you can always donate to the channel as well. The Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok, FlexZone1@gmail.com, Flex Zone 1 on Twitter and Instagram, and the Flex Zone 1 on Cash App. Only place giving you sports how you want it, fellas.
When you need it.
For Dre, for Crevonte, for Raj, we'll be back next week for episode 364. Talking NFL, probably some MLB, and other things in the world of sports. As always, stay tuned this week. Another week of content. Hit the bell for all notifications. Dre's about to light up, and we about to head out. Peace, family. Appreciate all the love and support, y'all. We gone.
Peace. How do?